New Zealand, the country that looks like a fantasy world. Imagine a country where snow-capped mountains rise above crystal-clear lakes, where glowing caves look like scenes from a magical movie, where rolling green hills seem too perfect to be real. A place so beautiful that filmmakers chose it to represent Middle-earth in The Lord of the Rings. This is New Zealand, a country that looks like it belongs in a fantasy world. But what makes New Zealand so extraordinary? Let's find out. A land shaped by powerful forces. New Zealand is located in the southwestern Pacific Ocean. Although relatively small in size, its landscapes are among the most diverse on Earth. Millions of years ago, powerful tectonic forces pushed enormous mountains out of the ground. Volcanic eruptions shaped the land. Glaciers carved deep valleys. And the result is a country filled with breathtaking natural wonders. In just a few hours of travel, you can go from snowy mountains to subtropical forests, from volcanic landscapes to pristine beaches. The Southern Alps, a mountain kingdom for. Stretching across much of the South Island are the magnificent Southern Alps. These mountains dominate the skyline and create some of the most spectacular scenery in the world. Their highest peak is Aoraki/Mount Cook, standing over 3,700 meters above sea level. The mountain is often covered in snow and surrounded by glaciers. Many visitors describe the region as looking like a kingdom from a fantasy novel. Lakes that look unreal. One of New Zealand's most famous features is its lakes. The water is often so clear that reflections appear like mirrors. Among the most stunning is Lake Tekapo. Its bright turquoise color comes from tiny particles produced by ancient glaciers. Nearby, colorful wildflowers bloom during spring, creating scenes that look almost unreal. Another breathtaking destination is Lake Wakatapu. Inside these caves, thousands of tiny glowworms illuminate the darkness. The ceiling sparkles like a sky filled with stars. Visitors float silently through the caves by boat, surrounded by glowing blue lights. The experience feels more like entering a fantasy realm than visiting a natural cave. Fiordland, the lost world. In the southwest corner of the country lies one of the most untouched regions on Earth. Known as Fiordland National Park, this vast wilderness contains towering cliffs, ancient forests, and deep fjords. Its most famous attraction is Milford Sound. Waterfalls plunge from mountains hundreds of meters high. Clouds drift through narrow valleys, and dolphins often swim alongside boats. Many travelers consider Milford Sound one of the most beautiful places in the world. The real-life Middle-earth. For millions of people, New Zealand became famous through The Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit. Director Peter Jackson chose New Zealand because its landscapes already looked like a fantasy world. One of the most popular filming locations is Hobbiton movie set. Visitors can walk among the famous Hobbit houses, green hills, and gardens seen in the films. It feels as though Middle-earth truly exists. New Zealand is also home to powerful volcanoes. In Tongariro National Park, dramatic volcanic landscapes stretch across the horizon. Black lava fields, steaming vents, and colorful crater lakes create scenery unlike anywhere else. One volcano, Mount Ngauruhoe, was used as Mount Doom in The Lord of the Rings. Standing nearby feels like stepping into an epic fantasy adventure. Unique wildlife. Because New Zealand was isolated for millions of years, many of its animals evolved nowhere else. The most famous is the kiwi. This small, flightless bird has become a national symbol. New Zealand also has rare dolphins, giant insects, and ancient reptiles that cannot be found anywhere else on Earth. Its unique ecosystem adds another layer of wonder to this extraordinary country. Why New Zealand feels like another world. The secret lies in its incredible diversity. Mountains, glaciers, volcanoes, rainforests, lakes, beaches, and magical caves, all packed into a country with a population smaller than many major cities. Few places offer such a concentration of natural beauty. Every region feels like a different chapter of a fantasy story. New Zealand is more than just a beautiful destination. It is a place where nature seems to have ignored the ordinary and embraced the extraordinary. A country where mountains touch the clouds, where caves glow like galaxies, and where entire landscapes look as though they were created for a fantasy movie. That's why many people believe New Zealand isn't just a country. It's the closest thing our world has to a real-life fantasy kingdom. What do you think? Would you like to visit New Zealand someday? Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for more amazing places around the world. See you in the next video.